Coach, what's your message to the team going to the MAC championships this weekend?
The entire year, our theme has been talking about grit. So we're looking for that to just really shine through in this meet. And obviously, day one, with a lot of prelims going on, we're looking forward to our athletes executing well in their prelim races and getting into the finals. And as far as the throws go, just again being gritty in there and fighting it to get into the finals and be in the top eight.
Obviously, last year at the indoors, it's a great moment scoring in the weight throw for the first time in a long time for the program. How can you build upon that going into this year's MAC championships?
Well, different makeup this year. Obviously, without Anaya, we have Taylor and Madison, who I still believe are going to do a great job. Taylor's just having some mental struggles this year, but I think that overall she's a great competitor. She's been to this meet several times. I think she's going to do what she normally knows how to do and go in there and perform well at the championship meet. I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to score for us in the weight throw. So.
Let's talk Grace Johnson. She showed some glimpses last year and has really improved so far this winter.
Grace is having a breakout year, in my opinion. Again, for her, I'm just looking for her to stay mentally strong, like she's been doing through all of her training. Her starts have been well, just executing one hurdle at a time and doing what she knows how to do best, and that's be very competitive at this level.
You have the situation where all three of your best hurdlers are all in the same class. How do you see them getting along with each other and kind of coaching and encouraging each other throughout meets?
It builds great camaraderie, like all around. Practices are fun, exciting. They kind of talk trash to each other a little bit, which is great. But we also see that they work hard together. It's been fun to watch them at meets. The first meet at Central Michigan, they went 1, 2, 3. Just to kind of set a statement like, we might be young, in this conference, but we're here and we're going to be a force to be reckoned with at this championship meet. So.
You got a freshman in Azaria that has done really well so far. She's had some eye-popping times there in the 60 dash. What is it about her that has led her to such success so early?
I would say she's the epitome of grit. Just raw and doesn't care what people think. She just goes in there. She's tough. She's not worried about the rest of the competitors. She's just worried about executing her race. And for her, it's really having a great start, whether it's the 60 or the 200, and being able to maintain form all the way through that finish line. So I think she's going to do a great job as well. She's ready. She's super ready.
All right, guys, ranked fourth in the MAC in the 60 hurdles heading into this weekend. I guess what expectations can you put on yourself for the meet?
Well, going into it, I was hoping to PR. My PR is 8.2. But after a while, talking to the coach, she just told me to not even to not think about that, but just to go in there and execute, because a lot of athletes in the MAC, they tend to have a lot of anxiety and nervousness. So she said not to even just worry about the PR, just go in there and just execute, make it to finals, and get on the podium.
High school to college is a big jump. But also your freshman year to your sophomore year is a big jump. What have you done that has led to the increased performances that you've seen this year out of yourself?
I would just say doing a lot of little things, like paying attention to the little details, like just as far as just listening to the coaches, doing things like in my spare time or on my own time to like make myself better, just working on my craft. And just kind of staying out of the mix, staying to myself, and just focusing on what I need to focus on to better myself.
Can you speak to how technical the hurdles is as a race? I mean, you're not just, the gun's going and you don't just have to run. You got to watch your steps. You got to time things right. I guess just talk about how complicated, the hurdles is to somebody that just watches it and, say, oh, they're jumping over.
Right. Well, compared to indoor and outdoor, I would say outdoor is like better for me because you have more time to like excel, and there's room for error. Whereas in the 60 hurdles, there really isn't much room for error because it's only 5 hurdles, and so It's very technical, especially going in between the hurdles, and just coming out of the blocks is very technical. So I would say that, going over the hurdle, that is like you have to make sure that you get down super fast, or that's going to take away from your time, and it could potentially ruin the race for you.
So you have two classmates that are in the same event as well. I just talk about how you guys support each other throughout the season. Obviously you want to beat each other and be the best, and just how you guys can push each other to be better.
I feel like every time we get on the track, whether it's for practice or meet, we always push each other. I would say like it is a bit competitive, but we all want to see each other do great. So it's like it's never like bad like blood or anything if someone beats one another. But I will say that it is a bit tough and complicated because you do want to see your friends like and your teammates do well, but you also like want to put yourself first and get that first place for yourself. So
Yeah, Coach mentioned that there is a little bit of trash talking that goes on. Can you talk to the individual aspect versus the team aspect of track and field? Because obviously you want your teammates to do well, but if you do better than your teammates, then the whole team's going to do well.
yeah, that is true. When you get on the track, it's really just it's not even like anybody else. It's just you on the clock, and so when I'm out there on the track, I'm really not worried about my teammates at all, unless like we're on a 4x4, 4x8, 4x1, which kind of sucks because it's not like basketball or volleyball where you can just like come together for like you're really competing against each other, and I think that kind of sucks. But it's also like kind of beautiful in itself to just like go out there and do your best and see what comes from it.